Hello again. This last video will cover the kind of the remaining features and the remaining widgets that can be found within US Finder. Again, I'm going to zoom into a area in the country. And again, automatically the underground storage tank facility layer pops up. Just to review, we can look at what layers are available within the layer list found here at the bottom left. Here we've got the facility layer active. We can also look at the releases layer. I think where we left off, we were looking at the substance stored chart widget. Now this is a very useful tool. This tool provides us information about the capacity and substance stored of in tanks at a given facility. So I can click this widget, and all I do, this tool only relates to the facility layer. And what I do is I just select the facility of interest. And what it does is it gives me information on the capacity of the two tanks here and the status of the tank. So when the pie is green, it means that the tank is active. So both of these tanks are active. It gives me the capacity of the tanks. This is a 10,000 gallon capacity, and it gives me the substance of the two tanks here. One is diesel, and one is unleaded gasoline. And I covered before that there's multiple ways of getting at this information. This is one, and just to review, we can look at the individual tanks by going into this pop-up. We'll expand the pop-up here. We can say, show me the related USTs at that facility. I can go to the bottom right here and click view the attribute table. And we can get kind of the same type of information as we did in that chart. The capacity and substance stored, the wall type, these are single walled tanks. So and I'll close out of that. And so that is the substance storage chart. Really easy way of just getting to information about individual tanks. We can also use this tool. This is the select tool. And all I do is click it here. And all this tool does is just select here either underground storage tank facilities or leaking underground storage tanks. So I can go in here and I'm going to go select. I'm going to just select a few underground storage tank facilities there. And what this is really useful for is if I want to go into the attribute table and I go to the facility tab here, I can see that I've selected 9 facilities. Now what I can do is I can go to the options menu and I can export the selected features to a CSV. So I can click that. I can say save that file. And let me open it up to show you what that looks like. So here are the 9 underground storage tank facilities that I selected and I exported to a CSV. And this is just another way of looking at the data. Maybe you can do some data analysis with the data in the CSV, something that you may not be able to do in US Finder. So that's the select tool. And I'm actually going to go back into the attribute table and I'm going to clear the selection. And you can do that right here. Okay. Another tool we have is just a measure tool. This is pretty straightforward. It just measures distance. Maybe let's just say, maybe if there's a release at a underground storage tank facility, I can just maybe measure the distance to maybe a recreation area. And we can see that, it's 484 feet away. So just a simple way of just measuring distance. And let me go in here and I'm going to clear that ruler. Another tool is just the share tool. And I can click that. And what this allows me to do is just share the map extent within UsFinder. So here we've got I've zoomed into a certain area. And what I can do is I can just copy this link. I can go in here and I can paste that link. And it will take me automatically to the area in which I want to go. Right there. So just basically an easy way of finding your spot if you kind of want to save a location in UsFinder. You can also embed the application within another website, and the code can be found here. And finally, the last widget is the About widget. I'm going to click that, and this is an important widget. It provides a lot more information about UsFinder. Here, starting at the top, we've got the UsFinder fact sheet. This is a couple-page fact sheet about what is UsFinder and the utility of it. We have a kind of a quick start guide, which kind of just goes over the basics of the tools and some of the data within UsFinder. And then we have a more extensive UsFinder user manual where you can get information on the metadata, data sources, analyses, and just kind of a step-by-step guide on how to use UsFinder. So if you have further questions, I would encourage users to check these links out. And you can also email usfinder@epa.gov if you have any questions. I'm going to go to the top right here of UsFinder, and we can find more base map options. Here we can maybe just pull in aerial imagery and just get a different way of looking at the data, where we can see the underground storage tank facilities, and we can get kind of the aerial context or the satellite context of the facilities and also the releases. And I'm going to switch over. And then another really important and neat tool would be the Add Data widget up here. I'm going to click that. And this allows you to pull in external data into UsFinder. Now, if your organization has an Esri account, you can pull in your organization's data. Or we can go in here and pull in public data from ArcGIS Online. And this service and this feature has just a ton of really interesting data that can be pulled in, things like soil data or topography or satellite imagery. I would encourage users to really explore what's in here. I'm going to pull in NOAA publishes a coastal flood map. I just typed in NOAA coastal flood, and here's a coastal flood hazard composite. And all I'm going to do is just click the Add button here. And that data is now contained within the layer list. I'm going to toggle these off, and I'm going to show you that data. I'm just going to hop over to the East Coast. And I'm going to turn that on. And this is data generated by NOAA, and it's just a coastal flood hazard composite showing areas of potential inundation when you factor in high tide information, sea level rise scenarios, and hurricane surges. So basically, the more red the color, the more days of inundation will occur or are predicted to occur. And what's nice is we can look at the relationship or the intersection of coastal inundation and facilities. What facilities could potentially be inundated by coastal flooding? And we can click a facility and get more information about the facility, how many tanks are there, the substance of the tanks, the capacity of the tanks, and the like. So this is a great tool for users to pull in external data. I guess with that, this is the third and final video. I think I'll end it there. And again, if you have more questions, I'd go to the About page, look at the user manual, or email us at usfinder@epa.gov. Thank you for your time.